Let's get into it. Let's get right in. Okay. Dynasty Star, Dynasty Star. Thank you for following the channel, Dynasty Star. Welcome to the friendliest tiny Twitch community. When first we met, you hated me and I hated you, but then we said Pokemon. Gotta catch 'em all. That Yeah, okay. Let's move on. Let's move on. That was terrible. Thank you, Dynasty Star, for following the channel. I really appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. You are fantastic because you are following my channel. That automatically makes you a good person. All right. For next, since you guys seem to enjoy my little life tip tidbits aspect, this is vitamin D. Vitamin D. One of the cheapest and most widely purchasable vitamin supplements. This is just an example. You don't have to use his brand, though I do like sports research, but it doesn't matter. Vitamin D. Yes, you get it from the sun, but as nerds, we're not in the sun. So, speaking to my fellow nerds, we need vitamin D, and the little sun rays that you get walking to your car, walking from your car, walking in and out of the supermarket. That's not enough. To be quite frank, even people that are outside a lot could use more vitamin D. It's a versatile, very useful vitamin that your body needs for so many different things, and it's also famously known because if people get no sun whatsoever, then you will eventually die, and you turn into like a leper, like in that movie. I forgot the name of the movie, that really old Ben-Hur or something, where his mom and his sister turn into lepers because they were locked in the dungeon. But anyway, vitamin D, even if you get outside a lot, you probably need more. You can actually get a blood test from your doctor. You can request it, assuming you have insurance, because otherwise it costs money, because America, Trump. But if you're curious if you actually need vitamin D, there's a general serum levels blood test that you can get from your doctor. It's pretty standard actually, and vitamin D is a very easy thing to check in your body as well. Many Americans are deficient in vitamin D, even though you think you may not be. And even if you're not deficient, you can take more vitamin D than the minimum required, and it still helps. It is possible to take too much, but you have to really try to get too much vitamin D. Vitamin D does not cause skin cancer or cancer. That's totally different. That's to do with the radiation from sunlight. It's not a direct, correlation. So don't think, oh my God, vitamin D is going to kill me. But yeah, this is specifically extra useful for people that have office jobs or never go outside because we're nerds and we hate going outside. Take vitamin D. I suggest don't look for vitamin D that just is the minimum. Like I take 5,000 IU's, which is actually a lot, because I actually had my vitamin D levels tested and I'm low. I'm deficient in vitamin D, so I know for a fact that I need some extra. But if you're not sure, I would suggest like 2,000 or 3,000 IU's. But yeah, take your vitamin D. It's one of those supplements that everyone should take, honestly. But if you don't go outside, you definitely need extra. And it's also one of the cheapest supplements. So if money's an issue, it's not that expensive. So yeah, vitamin D. Also, when shopping on Amazon, throwing a little extra one in. When shopping on Amazon, make sure when you purchase something, it's either from Amazon or fulfilled by Amazon, not a third-party seller. There's been a increase in scammers and shyster third-party marketplace dealers in Amazon, migrating from eBay, because now that eBay is impossible to scam with, because you get 100% guaranteed refund in eBay these days. As a buyer, as a seller, you're fucked. So don't buy anything from third-party dealers in Amazon unless you really want to roll those dice. Only buy from Amazon or from a fulfilled by Amazon, which means the product is given to Amazon by a third-party dealer, where Amazon has it, so you know you're going to get it because Amazon's the one sending it to you. Okay, and that was our useful life tips for the day. Moving on, I want to show you guys something. So we're actually not going to go full screen for a second here. Oh my God. Do you see this? Do you actually see that? Yes. Do you see that? Do you see that? Do you know what that means? Aside from the fact that I have no life and I'm a weirdo, it means that I've looked at every single game on Steam and I've clicked on either, well, it means I either bought it, wishlisted it, or said I'm not interested. So I've seen every game on Steam, and here are my statistics. I've said not interested to over 13,000 games, and I viewed. I'm not sure if you're supposed to add these two, or they're separate metrics, but it says I viewed 10,500. I'm pretty sure that you add them because I know Steam has like 25,000 games. So I viewed 10,500 and I said no way to 13,000 for a total of about 23,000. I think that's correct. And it makes sense. It sounds about right that Steam has about like 24,000 games. Or I should say, technically, individual database entries, not necessarily games. And aside from wanting to show off my ridiculously stupid nerd achievement, I just wanted to show you this because I want you to understand that when I say that I am very familiar with the game industry and games that are available, and that I pay attention to this stuff, I mean it. And I also want you to know that when I say that I worship at the altar of Gaben, and I am intimately familiar with all the games on Steam, and I know the good ones and the bad ones and the ones no one ever heard of, I meant that too. I actually achieved this before, like 2 months ago. But Steam has an option now where you can tell it that you don't want to see certain kinds of games, and then you won't see them. So I had a bunch of things on that list, and then I viewed all Steam had to offer, and I said, well, you know, there might be some games that I'm not seeing now because I said I don't want to see, sports or racing games, for example. And I can't be big dicking the Steam queue if I'm narrowing it down. So even though I know that I'm probably not going to like those games, maybe there's some crazy gem. So I chopped down my list of games not to show me by like 90%. And then, I discovered another 3,000 games. So I've been working on going through those and looking at them. And I've now accomplished this again. So I've seen everything Steam has to offer, including games that I probably won't like, in my objective of trying to see everything on Steam. So yeah, I'm very proud of that because that's what how pathetic my life is. And I just wanted to show you guys as proof. See that? Okay. And I know that's disgusting, but these videos are not scripted. I mean, you gotta spit. So that's life. Anyway, oh yeah, and I also wanted to talk about something. Games, such an interesting world of gaming. But one of the unfortunate things about games is because of copyright, trademarks, and contracts that expire, there are games that sometimes disappear from the world and people will forget they ever existed and you can't buy them, you can't play them. And by the way, while I am 100% against piracy, I believe if it is impossible to purchase a game anywhere legally because due to licensing or a company going bankrupt and legal wranglements that you just the game is gone, that I think that is the one time when it's okay to find a game on the internets and download it without paying for it. You know what I'm saying? Um, the only time, because I am definitely not a pirate. I'm not a friend of pirates. Pirates should be hung like real pirates. But if you just can't buy it, if no one wants to sell it to you, then you have no choice, and you're not taking it from anybody because nobody wants. to sell it. So if they're not selling it, then they're not losing profit because there's no profit. So that's the only time, and you have my blessing there. And it really sucks that there are games that disappear. And in particular, one interesting way that games disappear is because of licensing, meaning that the company that made the game will purchase a license. Maybe it's a licensed property, like an IP they don't own, or a license for the game engine they used to make the game, and then the license expires, and they no longer have the right to sell their own game, and then they stop, and then nobody owns the game because the license that they purchased doesn't give the IP holder the game either. They just own the IP, so the game's stuck in permanent limbo, and you can never buy it. Ridiculous. There's a game on Steam called Afterfall Insanity Extended Edition, made by some European, Slavic development studio, and they licensed the Unity engine, I think, and they forgot to pay for it, so they lost the license, and the game was removed from Steam. You can't buy it anymore, and it's not coming back. I mean, if you buy a game engine, you really should pay for it. So it's hard to feel sorry for them. But I own the game, and I actually played through it. It's an interesting game. You play a psychiatrist in a bunker, like a Russian version of Fallout, but it's more there's more elements of horror. It's not really like Fallout, and it's not as much of an RPG. But it was fun. It had some cool ideas, and it was worth playing through at least once. Um, I beat it a long time ago. I actually have a bunch of copies on Steam in my gift shop, in my inventory. So I want to give that to people that want to play it. Because it's like a freaking collector's item now. You can't get it. And I only have so many copies, so I don't just want to give them away to random people. So I'm still trying to figure out how and who to give those to. I want to give it to very deserving people that also will definitely play through it and enjoy it, not just just take it just to take it. You could see gameplay of it on YouTube if you're interested. But what I really want to talk about is another game that you can't get anymore, and that I think people might be very interested in. Chronicles of Riddick. Chronicles of Riddick was a great movie. I love those movies, and as you know, my name Zhylaw is a Easter egg about from those movies. The Lord Marshal from Chronicles of Riddick, his name is actually Zhylaw, though it's not something that you know from watching the movie. It's like a wiki kind of thing. So I chose that name because obviously, as a streamer, I don't want to worry about trademarks, and also when you play a lot of online games, you don't want to worry about people taking your name. So if I took the name Vaco, which I used to really like, there's a lot of people who go for the name Vaco, and I hate having my name taken. It's too well known, so it might have been an issue. So I took Zhylaw because it's not even in the movie. So I'm not worried about people taking it or people caring. But if you're very familiar with the universe of Riddick and the Underverse, then you know what Zhylaw means. So there was a game. There was a game based on the Riddick movies called Chronicles of Riddick, where you play Riddick, and Vin Diesel, who's actually a gamer in real life, not a fake gamer, he's a real gamer. He did the voice for Riddick, and he had a hand in like the creative process for the game because he like actually cares about games, and maybe because of that, the Chronicles of Riddick was actually a really good game. It was a stealth action kind of brawler with a really tight plot. It takes place before the very first movie, where you're a prisoner in Butcher Bay, which is something that Riddick in the movie talks about, and it shows you how you escape the prison and how you get these special eyeballs. And there was an expansion, and then there was another expansion released years later, and it came bundled with the remaster of the previous game in the expansion, and it was called Chronicles of Riddick: Dark Athena. And like all together, like the game in two expansions, is a huge game with lots of content. It's really, really pretty, very unique art style. And unfortunately, though, when they made the game, they had to purchase the licensing for the Riddick universe, and the license expired. When companies buy these licenses, they don't buy lifetime licenses. They buy short licenses because they don't even care. After 5 years, they made their money. And companies will never sell lifetime licenses anyway. So you cannot buy Chronicles of Riddick anymore. Not on Steam, not on GOG, nowhere. You might be able to get there was a console version. You could probably get like an old copy of that because it's physical. They're not going to stop selling a physical game. Um, but you just cannot. They don't print anymore, and you cannot get a new digital copy. I purchased Chronicles of Riddick: Dark Athena on GOG way back in the day. It's gone now, but legally I still own it. They never take games away, so I still have it in my library. It is not even a store page. Like you can't even see it if you go to like the main page. It used to be on Steam too, but I was removed there also, and I never owned it on Steam. So I'm thinking someday, on my list of games I want to play through Chronicles of Riddick, which will be very, very interesting because one, I love Riddick, and two, most of you have probably never seen the game played, and you can't play it even if you want because it doesn't exist anymore. So I think that'd be really cool to play through the Chronicles of Riddick game. But yeah, it's just really weird and interesting that there's games floating around, but you might have never heard of them, and you can't buy them because they're just lost in the legal anus, and that really sucks. And it's not even about DRM; it's just about licensing. Like for and also know what problems this will bring in the future. Like for example, SOTOR. If you enjoy playing SOTOR, I don't want to panic you, but the license for Star Wars that EA has, I'm sure it's not lifetime. There's no, and they bought that license before Disney purchased LucasArts and Star Wars, and Disney has said that nothing besides the movies and the cartoon is canon, which means SOTOR is not canon. And there's a very good chance that when their license is up, they will not allow EA to renew it, which means SOTOR will have to be closed down. I don't know when the license expires. I have no idea. It could be a 25-year license. It could be a 10-year license. And keep in mind, SOTOR is like, 6 years old now? And trust me, they're not going to tell you, even if, it's being shut down in 2 years, they ain't going to tell you because they want you to pay now. So we have no idea of knowing when their contract expires, and we don't know if Disney might renew it. It's just they probably won't. So if SOTOR maybe is something on your backlog, I would suggest playing through the campaign now if that's something you want to do. And that's one of the many reasons why I'm not interested in SOTOR, because I don't want to play a game that could have the lights turned off at any time. So yeah, there's this trademark and licensing stuff. It affects games in all sorts of stupid ways. Like Neverwinter Nights. Neverwinter Nights used to be on Steam, but the license expired because the D&D license was temporary. You can still buy it on GOG because GOG got it through a different means. But it used to be on Steam. Like it's not on Steam now, but it was. It was on Steam, and if you own it, you still own it because of the way things are. But it really sucks. I wish I had it on Steam, back when you could get it. So yeah, licensing, and even like if there's a game and you're thinking of buying it and you're waiting for a sale, when you go to buy it, it might be gone because oops, the license is gone. And they don't even have to warn you in advance. It doesn't usually happen. I'm not trying to make you paranoid, like me, ha 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 ha. But it is something that you just have to think about, especially with old games. So let's see, what else do I want to talk about? Please buy some game. Please buy Beyond Despair so I can play it with you. uh, or maybe you could get like Barony. That would be nice. Oh, I played Hand of Fate yesterday. I never played it before. But I'm getting into roguelikes, and we had some free time. And it was so much fun. Like, oh my god. I can see now why people were crazy about it when it came out, and they're making a sequel. Which is one of the reasons why I wanted to play it now, because the sequel's coming, so I figured I better get on it. Hand of Fate is so much fun. So much fun. I have a wireless controller, and it keeps turning off, and it was such a fucking pain in the ass I get triggered by stuff like that. So I'm putting it aside. I already ordered a new controller on Amazon, a wired one. It's kind of funny how everything goes in circles. We're going backwards now, but fuck wireless. It's all about wired, man. No more wireless for me. So I ordered a wired Xbox 360 controller, and as soon as that comes, we're gonna play more Hand of Fate because that game is baller. And I'm not gonna play any gamepad games until my new controller comes. And I don't know what I'll do with the old one. Maybe I'll give it to my brother. Try and sell it to him for $5 or something. So yeah, but Hand of Fate was awesome, and I need a new gamepad, which is coming, which is coming. Um, I was thinking about removing. We need to go deeper from my library. It's the only game I have where you literally cannot play by yourself, and you have to like join a pre-made server. So because it's two, there's 2 players minimum. I don't know any game where you have to play with other people, and then you have to find people on your own. Because I'm worried about the potential in the future of not having anyone to play with. And I'm always, and I don't want like once you own an achievement in a game, then I feel like you have to keep that game. That is definitely the point of no return. Once you earn an achievement, and there's no achievements yet, but they'll add them. And if I get an achievement in that game, then I can't get rid of it because it's going to stick on my achievement list, and I'll be like, no. So I was thinking, I don't know, and like no, I don't even have anyone to play with. Like right now, like it's a great game, it's really popular, but I don't know anyone who has it, and I can't even freaking play it even at all because you need a minimum of one other person to play with. I mean, it's a good game, but it still might not just work out for me because I'm also very nervous about the future. The future. Like I unlocked some achievements in Beyond Despair, and I'm like, oh, I gotta keep this game now, and it's a great game. But what if they stop working on it and it's early access? What if it doesn't do well? That's gonna suck. These are things that normal people don't think about or care about, but I'm not normal, which should be very obvious right now. Um, I think that's about it. Let me think. Is there anything else I want to talk about? Hmm. Oh, I now am following 50 curators on Steam. Yeah, 50. Oh, which reminds me, I have reignited Operation Curator. I'm now I curate. I'm a curator on Steam. So follow my curator and get recommendations for awesome games. My curator is under the Holy Half Dead. Yeah, I know. It's the whole whatever. Okay, it's called the Holy Half Dead. Follow me on my curator list. I also have a direct link to my curation list on my social command on Twitch if you want a direct link. So follow my curator and my YouTube and my Twitter and follow me on Twitch. And yeah, that would be great. I mean, I don't even like. Does it matter? I don't get anything out of my curation page. Like it's interesting. There are so many dead curation pages. Everyone started a curator page when it first came out, like YouTube reviewers and game magazines, and then they realized, how do we turn this into money again? Oh wait, we can't. They're not going from here to like YouTube, so they just stopped. But I don't care about money. I mean, I care about money, but I'm not doing this for money. So I'm just doing it to help people find awesome games. So it doesn't really matter, I guess, if you do it or you don't, but I like when people are helped. So you should. So yeah, Steam Curator. I'm doing that. Doing that now. What else is in the news? Mm, I feel like I'm forgetting something. I think that's it. I don't know. I think that's it. I don't have to think of more things. There's always the next stream. If I forget something, I'll just talk about it next video. But we talked about some good stuff, as always. It's crazy how I'm making these like every day, and I keep finding new things to talk about. Like I was afraid that I would run out of things that would be interesting, things to discuss about games and whatnot. But so far, so good. Um, and Damn it, my brain just went blank. Oh, yes. Does that matter? Sorry, my Adderall's coming in and out, and my brain's like turning on and off right now. So just give me a minute. I just woke up recently. Um, Make sure you flea treat your pets, even outside pets, especially outside pets. We have like an outdoor cat, and no one takes care of. I mean, we feed it, but no one takes care of its other needs. And apparently, it has fleas now. It ran around in my brother's bedrooms, and now they got fleas in their bedroom. And they're trying to take care of it, and I don't know what's going on over there. But I'm like, stay out of my room, stay out of my room. I don't want fleas in my room. I just got a new bed, I don't need fleas. I got enough problems, and oh God, please. And now they put the AC like super cold because they're trying to freeze the fleas to death. Like that, like that's gonna work with freaking air conditioning. I don't know, but I'm actually cold, and I don't usually get cold. I love air conditioning. I'm sitting here freezing my ass off because they're trying to freeze the fleas to death, and I think it's also freezing my brain, which is why I can't think straight. Okay, that's it. Thank you guys for being part of the friendliest Twitch. No, damn it. Yes, the friendliest tiny Twitch community. Thank you guys. And I will see you on the Streamerino. We will continue playing Bioshock Infinite. Hopefully get through this really hard part that's making me fucking mad. And continue on. Alright.